to me enough is enough. They just wanna hurt us, bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough. We won't let them hurt us, bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Indie Wrestling Corner with another episode of Under the Ropes. I'm your host as always, the queen of the indies, Tiffany, and I'm here. This is an interview that a lot of people have been asking for, so I'm actually really excited because this was recent too. They're like, when are you getting him on? I'm like, okay. All right. So my good friend, Angelo Carter. Hi.
What's going on, everybody? I'm so excited to be here. Like, you have no idea.
Yay. I'm excited
This
to
is
have
like
you here.
everything.
Yay. We're going to have fun. We're going to
I'm so
sit here.
excited.
We're going to chat. There's like so many things that we could talk about. So.
Oh my God, yes.
Awesome. So, guys, if you're new here to the Under the Ropes series, here I interview everything independent wrestling, whether it's wrestlers, promoters, referees, backstage. I got you covered. If you guys got questions for Angelo, please feel free. Drop it into the chat. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions. So make sure you hit that like button, that share button, hit the subscribe button so you can make sure that you catch up on all these interviews. If you guys are listening to this later, I love you guys. Thank you so much for checking it out. I already see people in the chat. What's going on, Sky? What time is it? What time is it? 2 o'clock in the morning? Our UK friend is in the chat.
Oh my gosh. Hello.
How are you?
Oh my God, I know it's so late over there.
Yeah, I know, right? It's so crazy. Like, okay, can you give us the lotto numbers? You know, maybe we can
Right?
right?
Like,
I love it. Maybe
you
we
can
can
see the future. You can see the future.
Yeah, definitely. What's up, John? How are you? I will get to that. You guys know how I like to start this podcast off, so we're gonna learn a little bit of. We're gonna backtrack, and then I'll get into your questions. But please feel free, drop them into the chat. So
Yes, we love questions.
Yes. All right. So we like to start. We like to go back to basics here, so we can get a little background of you. Okay. So again, another student of Logan Black, which we will get into. So let's start with, like what made you got into wrestling, and then we can talk a little bit more about how you started with T2T and working with Logan Black and everything.
Yeah, of course. So I started watching wrestling like religiously in like summer of 2008.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, kind of like the cusp of the PG era and like, the Divas era. And like, look, okay, like say what you want about the Divas era, but those was my bitches. Okay, those was my girls. Kelly was my girl. Okay, like the Bella Twins, my girl. So like I had always been like into women's wrestling. Like women's wrestling was like my thing. Like I loved the Divas, but also like who didn't love John Cena? Who didn't love, Edge and Randy Orton and all those guys, you know what I'm saying? So like I was super into, like that was the time when I started watching. Yeah. And that's the time. So I have a really romanticized view of that era because that is my like prime time of watching wrestling.
Yeah.
And what made me get it, so like I always kind of had like, oh, maybe I would want to be a wrestler at some point or at least work in some capacity with WWE. But like, it never really crossed like my, like really became a thing until Sasha Banks and Bayley at TakeOver Brooklyn.
Yeah. Like
I have that match tattooed on my arm, actually, the date of the match.
Wow.
Yeah, because that match means so much to me.
Mm-hmm.
That match really is the start of who Angelo Carter is today.
Mm-hmm.
So like those women, and of course, and Becky and Charlotte and like, all of those, Bianca Belair, like I can keep going and keep going and keep going. But like that match was the cusp of like who I am right now.
Oh, I love the like the tattoo, because everybody's always asks like what the meanings of tattoos are and
Yeah.
everything like that. So do you get that like a lot? Do a lot of people like ask you about that?
So it's usually covered, like, like, of course now it's cold as hell in
Yeah.
New York. So it's like covered and like, you can't see it unless I point it out. But like, and it's so small, like, you would have to like look and like, really make it out. But I've gotten asked a few times, like, what does that mean? And I'm just like, well, here's a good old story for you,
Yeah. Yeah. That's so awesome. 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 All right. So let's go into, again, like working with Logan Black, and we're going to talk about interspecies, because I definitely want to like cover that.
Yeah, of course.
So, but yeah, let's go back to that, like, training, working under him.
So I want to go back a little bit.
Okay.
So I originally started wrestling in 2017 with House of Glory. I was there for about 3 months. I learned a lot from those 3 months, and, like real life just kind of happened, and I wasn't able to go back. It was like, I got a new job, and like, other things kind of started taking precedent. And I always kept saying for like those years, I'm going to go back. But like, it never really happened. But I remained, in contact with, Big Game Leroy, and we were Facebook friends and stuff like that. And summer to September 2020, I'm looking on like Instagram one time, and like I learned who MV Young was through Leroy. And so now September comes, and now I see this new wrestling school opened up in Brooklyn. And in Brooklyn, there's one wrestling school.
Yeah.
And it's Johnny Rod's, downtown Brooklyn. And it's like, okay, cool. Like, oh, a new wrestling school? Oh, that's amazing, right? So, I think I lost the Instagram page, couldn't find it. October comes, I found it again. And I'm like, okay, like, I'm definitely going to take the leap and like do it, because they're right there. Like, I literally could get on one train and take it and then walk like 5 minutes to the address, and I'll be there in no time. And I think on my first day, I kind of just was like, yeah, I think I belong here. You know what I'm saying? And then the first month happened, and then I was like, oh yeah, I definitely belong here. And then fast forward, and it's been 2 fucking years, and I'm just like, what do you mean it's been 2 years? Like, it doesn't even make sense. So, it's just a testament to the environment that every single person who has been a trainer, that has stepped foot in the walls of any building that T2T has ever been in, it's a testament to how much they just enjoy us. But also, like, Logan built such a phenomenal foundation for how you should treat people, and people coming into the business brand new, you know what I'm saying? For this school to be one of the, only real, true, openly queer and like, schools like in the area, like, for a sport that has been so dominated by the straight white male, for this school to be so openly queer and so openly loving toward everyone, it is. And, for everyone who has come across any one of the students to be like, yeah, like, you guys are great. And for everyone who's walked in those doors, to be like, yeah, I feel like I belong here. It's a testament to the environment that Logan has built, and he's the best. I love Logan to death.
Yes, he's so great. All these names, like Leroy Green's been on this podcast like 3 times. It's so crazy.
I love Leroy. I love Leroy so much. He's absolutely incredible. We had Leroy. We had Hot Sauce was our trainer for a couple of months. We had Willow, like, who is currently on AEW
Queen.
television.
Yes.
And I call her my mother because that is my mother. Like, we had Willow as our trainer, and she taught me so much. So it's just like, wow, like all the people who stepped through Brother Greatness, like we had so many people who helped train us.
Yeah. Oh man, we were talking about Brother Greatness last night when Joseph was on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's so great. Like all these names, it's nice, and it's kind of like relevates off of my podcast with a lot of you guys. Right. So Leroy always said he felt like, because he's been on so many times, he's like, I feel like I got to do something big. He's like, I feel like I got to go to Japan before I come back on your podcast.
Right.
But it's so awesome, like watching your guys' story and like watching you grow where you guys go to today. It's just absolutely amazing. Hey April, what's going on? And she's in the chat. Captain Dave, what's going on? Oh, it's actually midnight in UK. I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
I think we lose like an hour there because we went back in time too for the daylight
Okay,
savings time too. So, all right. So John has some questions for you. So we're gonna pause here. So his first one is, what is your favorite wrestling promotion?
My favorite promotion. Do not put me on the spot.
Be careful. People might be listening and it might cost you some bookings.
Don't be costing me no bookings now, okay? I can't pick. Like, I've been afforded so many opportunities this year to work for so many incredible companies. Man, I can't really pick. Like, I love all of the places that I've worked. Like, I have a special love in my heart for Blitzkrieg. I love just everything about Blitzkrieg Pro. Like, every opportunity that I've gotten from Blitzkrieg has been incredible. I have a special love in my heart for Vibe because that was a huge opportunity that I got. And, to go to Vibe in my, Beyonce Homecoming Coachella inspired gear was like a concept dream of mine that, I was able to do. I have a special love in my heart for Grind. Like Grind, me and Joseph both started in January at the merch table, and then to watch Joseph's rise at Grind and to be able to make my Pulaski Club debut in December against the Sad Sad Boys, Mike and Travis. It's been like, I love every promotion that I've worked for. But I do have to say, I have to always give two special shout outs to two promotions. IWW, Industrial World Wrestling, my home promotion, they have always given me the best opportunities, and Tom put me on and he didn't really have to. You know what I'm saying? He put me on as one of his students and totally didn't have to. He could have just been like, no, you're a student, we'll put you on later, but he believed in me, and I will always love that. And Wrestlers Lab. Wrestlers Lab at the beginning of the year, they called me the day of the show, hey, we need you to come. And I really credit that as being the beginning of this whirlwind of a year that I've had that is still not over. So, all of the promotions that I've mentioned and all of the ones that I've worked for, ISW, everybody, I am just immensely grateful for you guys giving me the opportunity.
Yeah. Oh man, it's great. All right, let me ask my question. I'll go back to your second question, John. All right, so for the fan that's never seen you wrestle, right? Obviously I have. I've seen you live and everything like that. So, but I like to ask you guys because sometimes my recommendations are very different than yours. So for the fan that's tuning in, listening to this podcast, never seen you wrestle before, what is the go-to match that you recommend that they should watch to become an instant fan of yours?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I think my favorite match that I've had this year is actually not up yet. One of my favorite matches. I have a good 5, but the match that I always recommend and tell people to watch is Angelo Carter versus A Game 2 at Scientific Tendencies at Wrestlers Lab. I think that perfectly encapsulates who I am in the ring. It perfectly encapsulates what my character means. That's the match that I would recommend. It's Angelo Carter, Joseph Alexander, the sequel at Wrestlers Lab in August, Scientific Tendencies.
Ooh, definitely. Check it out. There you go. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, John's question is, who is your favorite women's WWE superstar? So I guess so there you go. Perfect.
Nothing else for me to say.
There you go. All right. So let's talk about this. Let's talk a little bit about Vibe. You brought it up a little bit. So it was another fun weekend that a lot of people got to enjoy. I'm glad that we get to see that. So tell us, how special that is for you, and maybe some of your favorite moments that happened.
Well, I can't even begin to just describe what Billy has built in Vibe. It's such an inclusive space, and it's such a amazing just vibe. Like, there's really no
Yeah.
other word that you can use. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, for lack of a better term, like, it's really such an amazing vibe to be surrounded by so many people who are just like you. You know what I'm saying? And for me, queer, Black, like, it's new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is also a brand new world for me. So like to be able to turn, and there's Eddie McQueen who's been doing this for fucking ever, and I love Eddie to death. And then turn, and there's Billy who's been doing this for forever. And then turn, and there's Katrid, and then turn, and there's Logan Black, who is my fucking trainer, who I love to death. And, to turn and see all of these legends, and Candy Lee and Dark Sheik, who I'm still mad at because Dark Sheik punched me in the dick and got me eliminated from the Cassandra Cup. So me and Dark Sheik still got a little bit of beef out here in these streets, okay? But like, it's just amazing. It was such an amazing weekend, and both nights, like, to have been on both nights, to have been able to do that Cassandra Cup and come out, and people still telling me like, you got the biggest pop of the night coming out, dressed as Beyonce, coming out to Formation, like, to the point now where like Bill is like, the next time you work for me, you come out to Formation and that's it. Like, you don't come out to anything else. And I'm just like, okay. Like, I mean, that's what it is now, and like, and then the next night to be in the Sweatpants Battle Royal and to have like some of those moments that were so fun. Like, it was just a fun weekend, and I would relive that weekend. Like, if I could, I would totally go back and relive that weekend again.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so awesome. I love it. I always say, right, like, we're from New York, so it's like I always feel like that
Right.
we have the most biggest like open minds of like everywhere, right?
Right.
Like, it's like don't even think of anything with it. I was like, as long as you're a good person, I don't care what the heck you are, right?
Exactly.
Like, that's all that matters. But I love the fact that it's like even like going to like other promotions and like even like me traveling around and stuff like that, and you see the LGBT flag like in
Right.
the wrestling schools and stuff like that. Like, I went up to the New England Pro Wrestling Academy, and it's like up there, like you go to
Yeah.
H2O and it's like you see the flag, and it's like I love
Yeah.
that, and I'm like,
It makes you feel so comfortable.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Especially for me, like, it makes me feel so comfortable because, like, I feel like at least walking in that there is a level of, this is a safe space. This
Yeah.
is a safe space for me to be who I am.
yeah. So I love seeing that, and then you see it like Rich Palladino, like, announcing like at Wrestling Open, like, this is a safe space, there
Yeah.
isn't gonna be any of that, or you're gonna get evacuated. So it's like, everybody has your back, and you don't have to like worry about
exactly.
anything like
I love
that.
when promotions do that too.
So-
IWW, we do that over
Mhm.
there. I love when promotions do that because, again, it makes me feel like I am working for you. I'm working for you. You're paying me, but I'm working for you, and you are, you care about me.
Right. And that's how it should be, like, we should all
Exactly.
feel comfortable. Like, hey, if you could perform, then why the heck not, So
Right,
it's becoming
exactly.
bigger and bigger and bigger. And you're seeing it, and you have like Effie's Gay Brunch, and like, like everybody like
God.
going on
That's
talk.
such a goal of mine.
Yes.
Is
Ooh.
to make it to Effie's brunch.
Ooh.
I love
Tell
Effie.
him. Tell him.
Effie, you know me, okay? You know who I am. You know me and you love me. Just put me on the brunch.
Yes.
Put me on the brunch. Give me a good cocktail. Let me get a mimosa and some French toast and kick somebody's ass on the brunch. That's it. That's all I ask for.
Yeah. Well, we put it out there now, so maybe it'll
Look,
happen. Like, Effie,
look,
now you got to
okay.
do it.
Now you have to do it, Effie. If you don't do it, we're gonna have a problem.
Oh, no threatening, because then
No problem. No real problem.
he'll
real problem.
he'll make you some French toast. Like, I'm dead. I'm so dead. All right, so I want to talk about this, and then I see another question in chat. So, okay, let's talk about QWI, which is great because I love all the lists that are coming out, and
Yeah.
it's great. There's so many different lists, and whatever. But you made 176. Like, I know this was like an honor for you, and I saw like people
Yeah.
tweeting about that. So tell us about like that experience for you being on
Yeah.
this list, like finding out about this list, like that you were on it. Give us a little bit of the tea of it.
So that was last year. I made 176
Mhm.
last year, and for that to be in my debut, I think I started last May, like actually working shows.
Yeah.
So for that to be in like my debut, like 8 months. I was
Yeah.
like, what do you mean I'm on a list? Like, that doesn't even make, like, it didn't even make sense to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't make sense because I was like, what do you mean I'm on a list? And so for me, I was honored because I was in this new place of coming to terms with my sexuality and like different things. So being able to see that on a list, like, and for them call that the words that they called me were charismatic rookie. And I was like, whoa, like I was still trying to figure out if I was a good wrestler or not. So for someone else to see enough in me to put me on their list in my first 8 months,
Yeah.
I couldn't even like fathom that. Like I was like, I couldn't even believe that. So for me, that meant like just the absolute world to me. So, I know the list was paused because Brian, they have COVID this year. So I totally am here for it. Like I want Brian to get better because I had COVID 3 times, child, and okay, it is not fun. So I totally want him to get better, and before they even like think about the list for this year. But I'm very curious to see. I'm like, oh my god, like, all right, like the first 3 came out. I think we're up to 110 now, and I'm just like, oh my god, like, am I in the top 100? Like, I think I would probably fall out. Like if I was in the top 100 or like the top 50, because like, what do you mean
Yeah.
I'm in the top 100 or top 50? Like it doesn't even make any sense to me. But it does at the same time. You get what I'm saying? You understand?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make any sense, but at the same time, it's like, I watched myself, like, and I know that I've put so much work in this year, and I've had my peers, and I've had Logan, and I've had other people come up to me and go like, yo, like you have put so much work in this year, and to have like people that I respect tell me that they want to work with me, or they're a fan of my work, or like they want to, help me in any way, or they're, putting my name in the basket for, this new promotion or whatnot. Like that to me is just like, I can't even like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you.
Yeah.
So like, just all of this is just like, wow, like I can't even believe what this year has been.
So insane. I love to see that. It's so amazing that we get we get that. Excuse me. All right, wait. I saw a question in chat, and then I'll get back to mine. John says, "What is your dream match?"
My dream match, I have a few. I'm gonna go with like the 2 dream matches that I have. Bryan Danielson, because he's also a big inspiration of mine. Like just, I read his book, and he's just like out of this world. Like he's like, I relate to him in so many different ways. And my other dream match is Johnny Gargano, because he's another one that is a huge inspiration to me.
So good. Both of them. So good.
Oh my God. Like when Johnny like didn't resign with WWE like late last year, I was just like, does this mean that I can get
I know
Johnny Gargano in 2022? And he went back to WWE. So like, I get it. Like, look,
I was hoping for like a little bit of like an independent run.
Like just give us
just
like
a couple, a little
give
bit.
us, like the return tour for like 6 months.
Yeah, that's it. Not greedy.
That's all we're asking for.
Oh my God.
But it didn't happen. But it's okay, because that just means I got to get to WWE now.
Yeah. And he loves the indies too, like, which is so great, because it's like, even like
Johnny probably knows who I am. Oh my God, if Johnny Gargano knows who I am.
I saw him at Evolve, and like when Evolve was around, and it was just like, he's like the sweetest person. He's like,
he's so
taking
great.
all the time to like talking to all his fans and stuff, and he's just a good person. And me and him, we share a birthday, so we're besties. So
that's so dope.
We're besties.
I share a birthday with Asuka.
No. Oh really? That's crazy.
I share a birthday with Asuka. I'm like, oh, okay. I share a birthday with
feel like
his sister.
That should be a fan tweet that goes out on the Indie Wrestling Quarters Twitter. Is like, which wrestler do you share a birthday with?
Yeah.
And if you're listening to this podcast later, let me know, because I'm sure you share one with somebody. That's so crazy. So Joseph Alexander's in the chat. He goes, I share a birthday with Alexa Bliss. Look at that. Look at
I'm
that.
laughing because I heard that in his damn voice. He's so annoying.
Oh man! All right, let's move on to some more stuff. So, all right, let's talk about this. I said this when I saw you up in Grind, which we will get back to Grind because we're gonna talk
Yeah.
about Mike being sad and all that stuff like that.
Oh
And then
yes.
but I want to talk about, and I told you this. I was like, we gotta talk about the gear because
Oh
like
yeah.
this is exciting because I'm like, when I see you, it's like I'm all about like flashy. Give me some rhinestones, give me some sequins.
Yeah.
I'm all about that. See, obviously, I have little stones in my
I
eyes
wish you would
over
have
here.
told me because I would have done my eye.
Ah, well, that's my
I
thing.
would have done my eye just for you.
Ah, that's okay. It's okay.
It's all right.
I recently saw you in person, so I got to see that. So.
Right.
But yeah, so talk to us a little bit about like the gear, how it was inspired, who made it, because I always want to put over gear makers too,
Yeah.
and it's like I feel like they don't get enough credit sometimes. So,
Yeah.
or maybe there's a wrestler looking, for
Right, of
gear. They're
course.
looking for a gear maker. So tell us.
So I got this gear rushed. I think I found out, like, I just, like, I wanted a new look. Like, my previous gear maker, Danny Gosha, did a phenomenal job with my last set, and it really kind of helped elevate my character, to a different level because, like, once I had something that represented me, how I felt on the inside, once I had it represent me on the outside, I felt like my confidence went to a different level. I felt like I could really, like, okay, cool. Like I have a full look, I have a full presentation. Like people understand what I'm going for now, right? But I wanted something different. I wanted something new, and I had been asking around, like people on Instagram, like what should my next set be? And everybody knows at this point. If you do not know, then you have not paid enough attention. I'm probably the biggest Beyonce stan in wrestling ever. Like I listened to Beyonce, I think 16,000 minutes this year alone.
Wow.
Yeah. Some people think it's a problem, and if you think it's a problem, kiss my ass. So, I was like, I wanted something new. I wanted a new like set, and I was like, you know what? Like this would be the perfect thing to like end the year off with, and start the new year off with like something really new, really good, really flashy. And it's actually a concept piece. She wore something very similar at her On the Run 2 tour with Jay-Z back in 2018. And it was like a full Versace bodysuit and like the knee-high boots and like the long coat. And I was like, I want that coat. Like, I want that coat. And I was like, if I get the coat, I might as well just get the full everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I hit up a bunch of different places, and Daryl Apparel was the first place she was the first person to get back to me and was like, okay, what do you want to do? Can you send me a concept? And I think we had everything together in less than a week.
Wow.
Less than a week, she was like, okay, cool. I had sent her the deposit and we were good to go. And at first, I wasn't supposed to get it until like right before Grind on the 2nd. And then I ended up needing to get it rushed because I wanted to take, my beautiful Vogue pictures
Yes.
with Harry Aaron. So I was like, can we get this like moved up a week or two? And I'm like, look, I will pay if, I will pay the money for it. And Valerie, when I tell you, she is so good at what she does. Like, I got this gear, and when I tell you, I'm leaving my house. I'm leaving my house to go do something, and I open up the door, and I see the box on the floor, and I started screaming, crying. I got my gear. I opened it up, tried it on, everything. Like, I was late to my appointment for whatever I was doing that day because I tried on my gear, and Kenya Moore twirled around my house for about an hour because I was like, I cannot believe this gear looks so good. And the rhinestones and everything about it is so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And at Daryl Apparel on Instagram, on Twitter, darylapparel.com. Valerie is absolutely phenomenal. I would recommend her to anyone who is looking to take their, look to the next level and has that idea and has that in them. Daryl Apparel is amazing.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, it's so nice, and I love the photo. Shout out to the photographers out there
Shout
too.
out to Harry Aaron.
Yes.
He did that. Okay.
I love all your photos. Like shit.
Thank you.
They're so nice. Like I'm like, oh, like I open Instagram, I'm like, oh, hello. Okay. But they're so nice. But that's why I say, like, everybody's important in wrestling, you know? So
Right.
it's like, I like to give that love out to
Right, of
everybody
course.
as well. So, hey, you know what? There's always people, they're always asking me, they're like, Tiff, do you know any gear makers? And I'm like, I know a couple, but like, there's so many. But I always see that, like, posted, like, who's a good gear maker, you know? So,
Yeah.
but yours is, I love it. I was like, woo, like
Yeah.
shiny. I'm all about it. So,
Yeah.
all right. So let's talk a little bit about grind since we brought it up,
Yeah.
right? So recently, and it just aired the other day.
Yeah.
So you teamed up with Logan Black against Travis Huckabee and Mike Sadros. So he's very
I
sad.
love that.
He's very sad. I posted a clip on my Twitter today that Mike ripped up my sign.
I was like, that was so rude.
He's rude. He's sad. He's just flat out depressed. He walked away from Santa Claus last week.
That's ridiculous.
He's
Who walks away from Santa
He's
Claus?
just depressed. Like, even like, so Delmy even said, like, Travis looks so unhappy with me. And I'm like, and then he was like,
What is Travis happy with? Like, that's the question.
I don't know. He's got a gorgeous bridge though. So like, he's got a gorgeous bridge. He's like up there, like one of my favorite bridges though. So he gets that. But
Yeah, well.
but yeah, I think he was a little disappointed in me, but that's all right. It'll be all right. So we talked about it yesterday with Joseph Alexander, that we're just, the environment
Yeah.
of grind. It's one of those things, like, I mean, you'll see it on TV and everything like that, but to physically go to grind is an
100%.
experience,
Oh,
so if you haven't gone, WrestleVille's coming up, you should be going, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm going, if not, check it out on IWTV if you can get down to
Yeah.
one of the grind shows. I love being in East Hampton. We're gonna go get dumplings. Maybe you'll come with us, because I was talking about
absolutely.
this with the beautiful
Yeah, so I
dumplings.
saw the clip yesterday. I was like, did Joseph forget about me? Like,
All right, we're getting
we're
dumplings.
we're newly besties. Like, don't play with me
All
like
right,
that.
we're
Like,
going to go get dumplings and ramen. That's the plan. So
and there we go.
and it's right up the
I'm
block
coming.
too. So, but we
I'm
have to
coming.
go early because they close early because it's Massachusetts. You and me, we're used to like things being
Yeah.
open to like 3
10
o'clock in the
p.m.,
morning.
11, 3 o'clock in the morning, right?
And I was like, come on. So now that we have to go early, and we're gonna have to go have
Okay.
some lunch or something like that before
Yeah,
we go to
absolutely.
grind. So that's the plan,
Things set
Joseph.
up.
That's
All right,
the
cool.
plan.
We're gonna go to. Yeah.
But anyway, tell us a little bit about your experience with that, because that was awesome.
So I want to go back to January.
Mhm.
January they ran. I believe it was January. I think it was the end of January.
Yeah.
I feel like I have my dates right. The end of January they ran a show, and that was the first time. I think it was like their second or third show. That was the first time like I had ever like been to a grind show. It was the first time I met Rip. First time I met Delmy, and they are the best. I think Rip is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
I think Delmy is like the sweetest person on the planet. And I was just going to work Jake's merch table, help them out, and it turned into like, yeah, I'm going to help them out, but I'm also going to watch the show,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll open the door, but like I'm also watching the show through the curtain or through the monitor, because every single grind show, like Joe said last night, is such an experience. Like there is nothing like being at a grind show, because every single match means something. Every single match is like, everybody's bringing something different. No match is the same. Everybody has their own level of intensity. Everybody has their own level of character. And like, it's a testament to what Rip and Delmy have built at Grind. And like, I texted them after my debut at Fear of the Dark and after this past show, Sinister Urge. I was just like, I can't tell you guys how grateful I am to be a part of this roster. Like, sometimes I have those moments, and I feel like all wrestlers have those moments where they feel like they don't necessarily belong somewhere, but like, to know that, two people who are doing some of the best, like, putting on some of the best indie shows, honestly, like, anywhere, have, like, believe in you, like, that's awesome to me. And I'm just super grateful for them giving me these opportunities to be able to introduce, who I am to a different crowd. So to go from working the merch table in January and then September getting my, debut, but then getting to debut in the Pulaski Club, which to me was something that like I wanted that. I wanted to walk through those doors in the Pulaski Club.
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, like RPM Fest was super dope. Like, I wrestled at a metal festival. Like
Yeah.
I tell I tell people that all the time. I'm like, yeah, I wrestled at a metal festival this year. But like the Pulaski Club, getting to walk through those doors at the Pulaski Club and to be able to walk through those doors with Logan, somebody who I literally lived in his backseat all year, like every show that he was going to, it was like, I'm going to go with you. I'm going to be there because I just wanted to, move further in my career. But like, also like, I wanted to get this experience. I wanted to, just go places and hang out and, to be able to do that with Logan and tag team with him and, have a really good match with him. It meant a lot to me. It really did. And, for the three of us, me, Joseph, and Logan, to, be rallying around each other after motherfucking Manders, was doing some BS. I think that was a really, like, I love that shot of just the three of us because it's just like, yeah, like, we here, baby.
Yep.
We here, we ready, But yeah, I love Grind. I love them forever. And I'm so excited to see what, I can bring to Grind in 2023, season 2. I'm so excited.
I'm excited too. Oh man, it's gonna be good. Yeah, and it's like the week before I see you, and then we're at Interspecies Wrestling, which is so crazy. And then you wrestle Logan Black. So like it's just funny. It's like, okay, you guys are beating up together, beating each other up. And then next week, then you you're tag teaming together.
Right, exactly. That's what you do. Like, your family, you argue and then you turn around and you go beat somebody else up for being crazy.
Or you make someone sad.
Right, exactly.
He would make Mike sad or whatever like that. But that was fun too. Like, that's great. Like, shout out to Interspecies Wrestling. Like, I love it. Like, they come down from Canada. I went last year. They were in the show building. This year they were in Connecticut at like this brewery, which was kind of like really cool.
I loved that venue.
It was
I
cute,
loved
right?
how I loved everything about it. It was so fun.
I got to chop Jeff Cannonball.
Oh my gosh, yes, you did.
Did you see that clip that I like came out of the bathroom and they're knocking on the door? I'm like, really? Like, this is happening? And I hesitated because I love Jeff Cannonball so much. And I'm like, oh my God, but they're not going to stop until I chop him. So, okay. And then,
well, I'm sorry, Jeff. I love you. Like,
Jeff will share some of your soda, but
right.
But that's so funny because it's like the year before. If you guys are following me on the channel, Jeff and oh my God, I just went blank on his name from Interspecies, the owner of it. Like he was on the podcast. Oh, why am I blank on the name? So like it's just so funny, like full circle going on here, pretty much. So was it Mike? Yeah. So like but yeah, that was great. But it was just that was a fun experience. Like I wish they would come down more because it's just fun. It was just
the guys at Interspecies, like, that was such an experience. Like, I had so much fun that night. Like, it was, it was relatively a new crowd, you know what I'm saying? But also, like, it was in Connecticut. I've pretty much been working in the Connecticut, Massachusetts area all year now.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was cool to see some familiar faces, but like people who are like brand new who have no idea who I am. And for me to walk out to Pose and literally the entire place is chanting Pose, by the end of the match, I was just like, thank you, So look, ISW, I got my passport. That's what I'm saying. So
Ooh.
We out to Montreal.
Yes. Oh my God. Can you bring back some coffee crisp from Canada? Like, oh my God, those things are crack.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God, they're
good.
so good. I tell McCray Martin that he has to bring them for me every time he comes down. Like,
I went to Canada to train at IWS, the IWS school back in August. And shout out to Shane Hawk. He's the best.
So nice.
Love him. And all those guys out there at the IWS school, they're so good, so incredible. And I think we had stopped somewhere and I had grabbed some and I was like, And then like Tim Hortons out there is better than Tim Hortons.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like,
it's just trash here. It's trash. I had a Canadian friend come down here and I'm like, let's go test it. And he was like,
Yeah, of course, because everything in America is processed and gross.
That's sad, but
Yeah, well,
but
right.
anyway. All right, let's talk about your pre-match ritual because we're going to talk about because I got to witness it because I was backstage. Were you freaking out about your hair?
Oh my gosh, I am the literal worst when it comes to pre-match. So like, I do my little my rhinestones around the eye and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Depending on the show, like sometimes I'll do like one eye, or and make it like really like elaborate. Sometimes I'll keep it super barefaced because like I don't want it to distract too much from like the gear or from like the wrestling or whatever. And sometimes they come off, so then they end up on ring, or sometimes in my mouth, which is gross.
Ooh, yum.
But I'm but I'm the worst when it comes to my hair.
Yeah.
You could ask anybody that I've ever worked. Matter of fact, you could ask Joseph a million times. He is the first person I'll go to. What should I do with my hair today? And he'll legitimately look at me and go, I don't know. And I'm just like, thank you so much for being such a great friend right now. Because I don't know what I want to do with my hair and you're not helping me. And usually it always ends up just being like a high pony with some like left out in the back, or like I'll do the side pony with some in the back. But like I struggle because like it can't pull on my hair too much because my hair is really long and I don't want it to rip out of my damn scalp. But also like I want it to look really cute and flowy.
Yeah.
My hair is the mess. But when it comes to like pre-match like rituals, like once my hair is done, once my eye is done, once I have everything on, I am more than likely chanting some Beyonce lyric in my head. And it really doesn't matter which one. Recently, it's been These Motherfuckers Ain't Stopping Me, because Renaissance is an iconic album. And who starts an album like that? Beyonce, Giselle Knowles Carter, that's who. And yeah, I'm doing that, and I'm just, I'm going to mention Joseph a lot. Joseph, he had told me a few months ago, he's like, yo, remember the kid that you were when you wanted to do this versus remembering the person you were when you started training. And I think that flipped my perspective, especially the latter half of this year, because like, I'll like remember that kid right before I go out, and it just like, it helps me have more fun.
Yeah.
It helps me go out there and go, oh my God, like, I remember when I was 10 watching this on, watching SmackDown on UPN, and now, being able to live it is just like, wow, So that's like really my pre-match ritual.
Yeah, yeah. So I still think that you should do some pigtails and throw some rhinestones up in your hair.
So I did pigtails last year when my locks were a little shorter, and I got to bring them back.
Yes, or like the space buns.
Yes, and I was doing those too, like the two, like I was calling them the Poison Ivy Uma Thurman space buns. I would have them here, and then like some down in the back. I think I got to bring that back.
Yes, but you got to put some rhinestones in it too.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like that would like just fit. Like I know we were talking about this at the grind show or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, see what I think? Like pigtails, I think of Casey Kirk or the space buns.
Right.
So that's bestie. So but yeah. So like I think it'd be cute. Like something like I think more people should do it. So maybe not because then Casey probably. But like you still need it. So rip that out. But all right. So we have some fan tweets. Let's start with this one. This one's from Good Cop Bad Cop. Shout out to you. He likes to mess with everybody on my podcast. So he says, with Angelo Carter being an anagram of cereal rant go, I want to know, what is your least favorite breakfast cereal and why? Rant away.
My least favorite breakfast cereal? Look, I'm a sugary cereal person. Like, give me a Lucky Charms, give me a Frosted Flakes, give me a Honey Nut Cheerios, and we're good. I don't understand how people can eat Cheerios with no sugar. Or with nothing. I don't understand how people can eat Rice Krispie treats with no sugar, with no nothing. I don't give a damn about no Snap Crackle Pop. I can do that myself. Like, I'm not putting my ear to no cereal to hear this shit. I'm just saying, I'm not putting my ear to no cereal. I can do it myself. I can snap, I can crackle, and I can pop off. Like, that's it. I'm not eating no Rice Krispie
Oh.
unless it is with mixed with marshmallows and fluff with a little sugar, with a little whatever, a little chocolate inside, whatever, and it's a treat, Rice Krispie treat, which I really can't eat no more because I'm on, I gotta get slim, but slimmer because I'm very slim now. But yeah, no, like what is a Rice Krispie? Get it away from me. That's how I feel.
I feel like I should follow up with this with the tweet that shout out to Everything Pro Wrestling Conrad. He triggered the shit out of Miracle Generation by asking, do you pour your milk in first and then your cereal, or do you pour your cereal in first and then pour your milk over it?
So I do both, and I know I'm gonna get bullied by somebody on Twitter. Fuck you. That's how I feel. Okay. Like sometimes I'll pour the milk in first because like if I pour the cereal in, like I pour the milk, sometimes the cereal will overflow, then I have to push the cereal down. And then if I want to put more cereal in, so I'm gonna put the milk first and then the cereal because the cereal will sink to the bottom so that I get more cereal in the milk. Like y'all are not using science. I will be the first to admit that I did not give a damn about science in high school, middle school, elementary school, nothing. Like I didn't care about anything but talking to my friends in school. But science. Okay? So if you're judging me for doing my milk first, kiss my ass. That's how I feel.
Man, Dustin Waller went off on the podcast saying, if you do that, block him.
Dustin, don't play with me, okay?
I love it. Hey, Matt Awesome is in the chat. What's going on?
Oh,
He goes, Mr. Angelo Carter, hello there. Someone I have my eye on for 2023 to possibly mix it up with.
We will just have to see.
Sipping my tea.
No, I'm playing. I've known Matt for a long time. Definitely, that would be super fun.
Oh man, I'm dead. That was great. I love Matt. Matt is great.
That would be super fun.
Yes, I'm here for it. Definitely. All right, we have another fan tweet, but this one was actually from Joseph from last night. So he's got a 2-part question. So his first one is, when you hear the term A game, who do you think of?
He drives me up the wall. Do y'all know this? I think of him like I think of Joseph Alexander.
All right. So the second part of the question was he told me to tell you to tell the story how he was being mistaken of being waves and curls.
All right, let me paint this picture for y'all, okay? We went to Black Label Pro at the beginning of June. Shout out to Black Label Pro.
Yes. Love them.
Super awesome, incredible experience. Like, still to this day, I'm like, dude, I got to work a pre-show match at Black Label Pro. That was super fun. So we get there, and I think my locks were they blonde? I think I was blonde at the time, but I had like my locks. And, Joseph, he's been rocking the waves and stuff like that. We're walking around, we're saying our hellos and everything, like we're kind of all in a new area. Like we've worked a couple of us have worked the Midwest before. Like Joseph's always over there with Paradigm. And I went with Paradigm back in April, and I was over there one time before that. And, cool. This guy walks up to us and I swear legitimately goes, yeah, you guys waves and curls? And we both look at each other. And then we look at the guy and we're like, no. And he's like, oh yeah, you guys look like waves and curls. And we were trying to figure it out, because I was trying to figure out, none of them have a lot. Like, is this the curl? This is the curl. This is the curl he was talking about. This is the curl. The curl in my hair. Because I was trying to figure out, we don't look like, okay, so like Joe could totally pass for, oh my God.
Jalen.
But yes, Joe could totally pass for Jalen. Like that, I'm not even going to deny. Like first glance, like if you look at him too fast, you're like, Jalen Brandon? No, that's not Jalen Brandon. But do I look like Trayvon Jordan? Do I look like it?
Is
Like
he the
legitimately,
chokeslam
like,
champion of NFW? Like, I don't know.
but legitimately, like,
Will you guys play Dance with Somebody and maybe you like were walking listening to that and the guy heard it or whatever?
absolutely not. I want y'all to take a good look at my hair, okay? It's very iconic. It's not going anywhere. I am not Trayvon Jordan, okay? Joseph Alexander is not Jalen Brandon.
No,
We are not
man.
Waves and Curls. Shout out to Waves and Curls. They are the best.
Oh, you're in trouble now. Matt Austin just tagged Dustin and said he does the milk first gimmick. No bueno.
Look, and Dustin knows me, and we work a lot of the same shows, so me and Dustin can have this debate on season 2 of Keeping Up with the Dragon. So, like, let's do it. Where do you want to do it at? Anyway, that is the story about how the Money Dragon and A Game got confused for being Jalen Brandon and Trayvon Jordan.
Oh my god, I'm dead. That's funny. Oh man. All right. John asked in the chat, would you ever wrestle Anastasia Morningstar? Yes.
I'm down to wrestle anybody, child. Like, you want a spot on season 2, Keeping Up with the Dragon, I'm here for it. Yeah, no, totally. I don't think I've ever met Anastasia Morningstar,
No.
but like, you know, I think that would be so cool. Like,
Yeah,
totally
she's
like
great.
a nice little mix of, you know, I'm losing the word. Techniques, I guess, would
Yeah.
be the word that I'm trying to find. Yeah, it would be super cool. I
Let's-
would have a lot of fun.
Let's go. I feel like you know, Wrestling Open is in yours and Joseph Alexander's ball game in 2023. You guys need to make it happen.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
It's totally like, it's totally a place that
I
need
could
to get
see
to.
it like with Brother Greatness and Anastasia teaming up and wrestle you guys. I feel like that would be
Oh,
a
yeah, that
fun
would be
tag
so-
team. Drew. Anyway,
That would be super fun. Oh my
right?
God.
That would be fun. I feel like that would
You
be.
know, me and Joe are newly friends now, so
Yeah.
like we would love to tag team.
Yes, I'm here for it. I'm for it. So, all right, cool. All right, so let's do a fun post that's very important to me onto this podcast. I asked everybody on this. So, wrestling with positivity, because there's always negativity in the world of wrestling, but I like to focus on the positive. So, is there anything that sticks out to you? You know, something maybe you've done for a fan, maybe a fan's done for you, maybe a wrestler's done for you, maybe something you've done for a wrestler, anything that sticks out that, you know, we wouldn't really know about it unless you would share this story.
I mean, like, man, I totally, all the time, I always go blank on stuff like this because,
Yeah.
like, there's been so many people who have, like, you know, come up to me and said, like, you know, I love your stuff and, like, I really want to see you go places and stuff like that. I will say something that is a little bit more personal to me, though.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I'm going to talk about Joseph a lot. There was a point in June,
Mhm.
right before we wrestled for the first time. And I was like, you know, I didn't really know, like, understand my power necessarily. Like, you know, last year I had wrestled Logan with my two friends and tag team partners, Tiara James, who is killing it out here right now, and Indigo, and we, you know, got to wrestle Logan and Sassy Boatwright and Chris Benet in like a trios match, and you know, that was a match that really helped me personally because it was something that, like, you never really understand your power until someone shows you, like, till someone shows you how to, like, understand it or embrace it, right? So, right before we wrestled the first time in June, I think I was like I couldn't even tell you like what my emotions were because they were like all over the place. Because this was like my first really big singles match, and it was like, you know, at this point, you know, Joe had wrestled for Grind and had been all over the place, you know, and his stock was climbing, and I was, you know, this was my first real opportunity to like prove that I was like I could be on that level as well, or prove that I was on that level, you know. And that match and I've told him this before, so he fucking knows. That match did a lot for me as far as helping me embrace my power and embrace how I can make other people feel when I'm in the ring. So now when people come to me and, you know, they tell me certain things, or like when wrestlers come to me and they give me like these really like, you know, meaningful compliments as far as like my place in the business, I accept those compliments now.
Right.
Because like before that, I couldn't really like, I was still trying to wrap my head around even if I was a good wrestler. So after I got that match, I think that, you know, that changed a lot for me.
Right.
So I will always give him his flowers, even though he's going to hold this over my head for the rest of my life, okay? I'm never going to not hear about this. But no, I'll always give A-Game his flowers. He's absolutely incredible. And it was that, and then also I got to work with one of our other students, T2T, who's, you know, one of the students who, you know, is starting to get to another level. I actually got to work with two of them over the last couple of months, and to be able to do for others what Logan has done for me only makes me feel like, wow, like I really am becoming the person that I always wanted to be. And, you know, that's the only thing that I could ask for, was, you know, being the person that I always dreamed of.
Right.
And yeah, so, you know, shout out to T2T and, you know, all of the incredible talent that has come out of T2T so far, and more yet to come.
Yeah, so make sure you're paying attention. So, all right. So, what are some goals for you in 2023?
2023 goals. I'm going to see Beyonce. I know this is not a wrestling goal. I don't give a damn. I'm going to see Beyonce on the Summer Renaissance Tour, because let me explain something to you. I have not seen Beyonce live.
No?
But once.
Oh, wow.
Once.
Okay, I see her.
And it wasn't even like a Beyonce concert. It was like a concert where like a benefit concert, and she was there. She performed 2 songs and she left.
Oh.
So I was not happy with that. I was like, and then the next year she went on the Formation Tour, and she had went on vocal rest, and the tour date got moved, and then I couldn't get off that day. Then she went on the Run 2 years later, and I couldn't get tickets to that. So like
at Barclays, man, you gotta go to Barclays. That's like what
she was at. These were stadium tours. Yeah. So she was at MetLife, and I'm just like, let me explain something to Ticketmaster, SeatGeek, whatever what. If I don't get a ticket to the Summer Renaissance Tour, everybody's hearing from me.
Man, she changes her outfit so many times on stage. It's so much fun. Oh, fun concert.
I got to see Beyonce.
Yes.
That's number one.
So let's go.
but no, for real. Goals for 2023. I have so many people I want to wrestle. Yeah. I just want to be better. You know, I just want to have more fun.
Yeah.
Like these last few months, I think from the beginning of October to now, I've been having the most fun I've ever had wrestling. Yeah. Like at Dropkick Depression at the end of October, I got to dance to Beyonce in a wrestling ring. Like that's one of my favorite moments ever wrestling in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Because like, who gets to say, yeah, I totally did, you know, dance to a brand new Beyonce song in the middle of a wrestling ring, being a wrestler, like, what? You know, like, so I want to be better. I want to have more fun. I want to wrestle everybody on my list. And yeah, those are like my goals. Like, I want to go to the West Coast. I want to wrestle over there. I want to go to down south. I want to go back to Canada. Ooh. I want to go to the UK.
Nice. See, wait, look, perfect opportunity here. Here, look at this beautiful photo here. Book him. He's taking all bookings.
I am here, baby. I'm here.
Yes.
This diamond has his passport, and he is ready to fly first class.
Look at that.
Maybe not first class. Don't do that. Maybe not first class. I'm just saying first class in life.
Don't push it. Tell them that you'll bring like some like coffee crisp or something.
You know, first class in life.
Or
just saying, like, you know, enjoying my life, because I'm I'm first class in life, not like a first class ticket on an actual plane.
There you
That's
go.
not what I'm saying. So, okay, Bookers, that's not what I'm saying. I promise.
I'm
I promise.
dead. I'm dead. John's tagging Drew from Beyond, telling them he likes my match idea of you and Joseph versus Brother Greatness and Anastasia. Hell yeah, let's go for it. Wrestle Open. I'm here for it, definitely.
Drew.
See, we're trying to book all these matches. We're trying to get you on Effie's Big Gay Brunch.
Come
You
on,
know,
come on,
like
come on.
we threw it out into the universe today. So, all right. So, you know, we have like your goals or whatever like that, and obviously like, you know, pretty much like what I'm gonna ask you is what are some things you like to do when you're not wrestling? Obviously listening to Beyonce, but what's some other stuff?
A lot of people don't know. I was a singer for 17 years. I was a theater kid. I was like, that was my thing. So I love to sing. Like any given day, you will catch me walking down the street, belting out. Now I'm belting out SZA's new album, like literally belting at the top of my lungs.
Yeah.
But it's still Renaissance. It's still Virgo's Groove, my favorite song of the year. Like I love to sing. You know, I was, you know, on my church choir for like 10 years. So like I am a singer. I love to cook. I love to bake. Like I will cook for you, baby. Like, oh, what you want? You want fried chicken? You want that? Okay, I got you. You know, people love my fried chicken.
I'm sorry. Dustin's in the chat. He goes, make sure my nephew do his homework tonight. I'm sorry.
Look, okay, I have no autonomy over what my best friend does. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm dead.
tell your brother to tell his child to do his homework. That's it. That's all I can say. Like, I don't really know what you want me to say to that, Dustin. I love y'all though. I do. I really do. But like, you know.
Oh my God, I'm done.
Joseph enters the chat in 3, 2, 1. Like,
I can't. I'm sorry. That was great. What's up, Conrad from Everything Pro Wrestling? Much love to you. Thanks for joining on in. So I'm pretty much dying on this podcast because we're just having a good old time here. We started talking about the milk and the cereal, and he is the reason for that question.
Look, okay? Don't come at me for my choices. It's science. I keep telling y'all, it's science. Use the science that we learned in school. Anyway,
so back to back to things. Anything else?
Yeah. So I mean, I love cooking. I love baking. You know, I love singing. I mean, I'm also a big, huge fan of the Real Housewives franchise. So any given day, you will catch me quoting the Real Housewives. You will catch me watching the Real Housewives. If you pay attention to my Twitter feed long enough, it becomes Real Housewives commentary. So like, I'm a huge, you know, reality TV, you know, person. I mean, duh. I have my own reality show myself. So, yeah, those are like some of the things that I love to do. Like, you know, I love me a good cocktail. Love me a good coffee. I love me a good champagne, rosé.
Oh,
you know, give
all
me
right,
a good.
we're getting drinks and dumplings, man.
Yes.
Yes, that's on the
absolutely.
list.
My drink is Prosecco Saint Germain, a shot of Tito's. It's so good. It's Prosecco
I got a
Saint
bottle
Germain.
of Tito's. I just got it. All right, I'll come to your house.
I have some. Look, I got
All
some
right,
Prosecco,
I
and
just
I
got
have
a bottle.
Saint Germain.
I just got a bottle. Shout out to Tyler. He brought me a bottle. I cried.
Stop. Okay, yeah. Like at some point, I gotta make you my drink. Prosecco Saint
Yes.
Germain, Tito's, a little bit of club soda, and either lemon juice or grapefruit juice. It is so good. It's like a good
Ooh.
little brunchy, boozy, like
I'm for it.
swizzly drink. It's so good.
Dustin, you can drink now. You're 21. But he said that, he goes, you better not put no milk first. No way.
Dustin, it's science. If I put the milk first, then the cereal will go to the bottom. It's simple mathematics. Like, y'all not gonna treat me like I'm some damn serial killer. Like, we're not doing this.
He's screaming no in the chat.
do not do this to me. I have no words for Dustin. Okay, no words.
He goes, what cereal goes to the bottom? And he wrote it in caps. Now he's screaming. Like, bro. I think you need to make him a cocktail. Boy needs a cocktail.
He needs something. Why are you yelling at me? I didn't even do nothing. I just said it's science. Look, whatever. We're not gonna have this argument. You're not gonna treat me like I'm some serial killer, okay?
He said you're eating rocks.
Dustin,
I love all you guys so much. Just so you know, like I really do.
oh my gosh,
You guys entertain the shit out of me.
that was so good. Dustin, do not yell at me. I didn't do nothing.
Damn, you like wrote out in caps too. That was crazy. Everything pro wrestling wants to know is a taco a sandwich?
Is a taco a sandwich?
Yes, we had this
Well,
debate
no.
with Rep Gina, so now I guess we're having it with you.
Well, no, because like I feel like a sandwich is something that's between two pieces of bread, right?
Right.
So 2 pieces of bread,
Mhm.
like that,
But
sandwich.
I guess like in his theory, like, well, you know, if you have like a soft taco and you fold it,
A
like,
taco is a taco. A sandwich is a sandwich, but like anything can be a sandwich, but everything can't be a taco. You know what I'm saying? Like a taco. You know, I feel like I said that wrong. Anything could be a taco, but not everything could be a sandwich or something like that. I don't really know what I'm saying right now. The point is, like, you can have a fried chicken sandwich, and you can have a hamburger, which is technically a sandwich, right?
yeah.
But a taco is a tortilla like that. It's not a sandwich.
Conrad said this could be up for scientific debate. How does
Both things? Both things. I'm gonna tell somebody who's in high school, right? I'm gonna be like, for your science project this year, we're gonna do the cereal first or milk first,
I feel like
and
this,
we're gonna see.
this is the next time I'm up at Grind, I feel like my backstage stuff is gonna have to be like that. Is first we have to ask, do you pour your cereal in first and then your milk first?
Okay,
or-
because I wonder. You know what? I really wonder now. Like, I wonder how Rick does it or how Dummy does it.
I feel like
Because like, if they tell me that I'm wrong for the way I do it, I'm gonna be like a little sad.
I feel like I gotta have you and Dustin with me, or we're gonna walk around and we're gonna ask this question.
100%.
We're gonna have, because I feel like since now I have both you guys, one saying yes, one saying no, so we'll just walk around and then I feel like this is just gonna be pure chaos.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh man. John says in the chat, I'm in high school and I put milk first then cereal, but no problem. Damn. Dustin's gonna tell you to block him. Like,
Dustin, you cannot get rid of me. I am your nephew's best friend. You cannot get rid of me.
I'm dead. I am dead. Oh geez. Any more fun questions? Like, they're dying in the chat. I love it. You guys are great. All right, so I have one final question for you. If anybody else has anything, feel free, drop into the chat if you want us to continue talking about food. My podcast always turns into food
I
conversations.
love food. Like, talk to me about food. I love food.
Me and Alex Zane was my 6th interview on the Under the Rope series, and he was in Japan. And even though like I had a whole shitload of questions for him, we just kept going back to food like the entire podcast. So,
It's
like,
something about food and cocktails.
I know, right? Oh man, so we're going for. I feel, you know what? That's what it's gonna be. That's gonna be like our thing. We're gonna do a little vlog, right? We're gonna go have drinks, right? And we're gonna go up to random people and put them on the vlog, and then we're gonna ask them this. So we're gonna get the opinion outside of wrestling to see what other people will say. So
IWTV, greenlight it. Let's go.
So Conrad said you need to get people after the match to make their cereal bowl. New show idea. Yes, I'm here for it. I love it.
Oh my
I love
gosh.
it. All right. John says Angelo versus Flash for the night of what goes first, milk or cereal? LOL. At open, who wins? Ooh. There we go. So now you and Dustin got to wrestle, and it's going to be the battle of who's correct.
Dustin's on my list, my 2023 list. So we can make it simple. It's who's right and who's wrong, and I'm right because I'm gonna win. Duh. I'm always right.
I love it. All right. Well, I'm here for this match, so I want it. Melissa said cereal bowl scramble match. Ooh. Or
And
we
you
could
gotta
have a ladder
Alyssa
match.
Marino. Yeah, and you gotta have Alyssa Marino commentating.
Yes, I'm here for it.
Shout out to Alyssa Marino.
Yes.
I love
she's so
love
sweet.
her. She is so sweet. She's so good at her job. Like, she's the best.
Yes.
Shout out to Alyssa.
Much love. Oh my god, that's hysterical. All right, so like I always like to end off my podcast again. If anybody has anything else, drop it into the chat. But I like to leave it off for a good note and positive out there. For those amateur or inspired wrestlers out there, what's a piece of advice that you would give them?
Whew.
I know we had like our laughs. Now we're back to seriousness.
Yeah, a piece of advice that I would give to you have to be willing to sacrifice. And it's hard to let go of some things, right? But, you're never going to grow if you stay in the same place. You have to be willing to sacrifice, whether it be, oh my God, whether it be, sorry, you have to be willing to sacrifice, whether it be, a certain time frame where usually you would, go home and play video games or something. Like, no, use that time to go train and, go tape study or, go be in the gym and, go do whatever, this year, as incredible as it was, there were a lot of things that I had to let go of and sacrifice in order to be who I am on December 13th, 2022, and you have to be willing to do the work, because you can't just say, yeah, I'm going to go. And then, you're half-assing it the whole time. You have to be willing to do the work. Like, you're not going to go anywhere if you don't do the work, and I'll be the first to say that I wasn't working as hard as I should have been this time last year. And, in January, I told myself it's time to work harder. It's time to be better. And I lost like 30 pounds from, like, I could show you a picture from last December or like last August to like now. And like, I'm like 190 pounds, you know what I'm saying? Like in last year, I was like 220. So, I was willing to do the work, and I just wanted to be in a place where people respected my work and respected who I am. And I'm still growing, of course, and I still have people to wrestle in front of and people that will, love to see me and just experience, get the Angelo Carter experience. But, you have to be willing to do the work. Right. You have to be willing to sacrifice things, and you got to keep going. Like, if this is what you truly want, you got to see it through. Like, there are going to be days where you just do not want to get out of bed. And believe me, I've had a multitude of those days this year. And the only thing that pushed me harder and pushed me further was, this is not who I'm going to be at the end of the year. This is not who I'm going to be in the next 5 years. This is not who I'm going to be in the next 10 years. I have a vision and a goal and a picture of who I want to be, and that's who I'm going to be. And that's it.
I'm here for
That's it. Write it down. Write it down. Write everything down.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of inspired wrestlers out there that haven't even made their debuts or they're in training mode. So I always like to ask those questions because those things are always like important for it. So especially Sky, much love that she's a big supporter of this podcast. So, but yeah. So, we have your flyer here for that you're accepting bookings for 2023. John says, Drew says, yes, Angelo coming to open. I'm making a sign that's going to say milk before cereal 2023.
Stop. No, he didn't. Yes.
Yeah. He'll do it. He'll definitely do it. So.
Oh my God. Yeah. Look. Hey, Drew.
I love it. I love it. So, yeah, so you're accepting bookings for 2023.
Absolutely.
So, there's things in the future that you have coming up that you just can't announce yet. Is that how it is going for you right now?
Yeah, there's a few things that I have that I can't quite announce yet. One thing I will say, I kind of hinted at it earlier. You
Yeah.
know, me and Joseph are friends now, but we did have a little bit of a situation, a little bit of a rivalry going on, and we're currently at 1-1.
Ooh.
So we gotta have that last one, babe.
Ooh.
And I don't know, that might be coming to a city near you. I can't give you guys the details, but yeah, there's that. But there are some things that I can't quite announce
Okay.
yet.
Okay. Okay.
But you know, I'm around. I'm out here. You know, like we lit, we live, we are on a first class flight in 2023. So keep up with your own business because you can never keep up with this dragon.
Yeah. So definitely. So tell everybody where like they can find you, so they could follow you, support you, merch, all that fun stuff.
Absolutely. So on Twitter and Instagram, I am Money Dragon TV. Pretty self-explanatory. I don't feel like spelling because I know at this point I'll probably be like, blah, 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 blah.
It's
No.
cool. All the links are in the description below
Yeah.
too. So I got
Money
you.
Dragon
I got you.
TV on Twitter and on Instagram. Money Dragon TV also on YouTube. Make sure you go follow that because Keeping Up with the Dragon Season 2 is coming next year, next spring. We're starting off, you know, new season. You know, the reality show is going to be a little bit different this year in 2023. So make sure you follow the YouTube channel. I should have gave you that link. I totally forgot about that.
It's okay.
But
We
I
can
just
put
thought
we can
about
put
it.
it
I was
in
like, oh my
after.
God,
Not a problem.
yeah.
Put it in after.
YouTube channel. I am on Brainbuster Tees, brainbustertees.com/Angelo Carter. Get your merch, honey. We have new merch coming in the next coming months. We have some exclusive things that I'll have at my merch tables, at shows. So, you know, we're coming up. Like, we're super excited. 2023 is going to be like, it's going to be huge. I'm so excited.
Yay, I'm here for it. So again, you can follow those links in the description below. I got you covered in that. So, but yeah, so it was so fun chatting with you.
This was so fun.
Yes.
Like, I can't wait to do this again in like 6 months when I'm like, I come back from Canada and we're like, you know, we could do like a live show with cocktails and
Yeah,
stuff like
we
that.
should. That's
That
it.
would
Our
be
new
so
show.
cute.
That's gonna be our new show. We're gonna have a new show. We're gonna do cocktails and we're gonna go around asking people about
Yes.
cereal
Yes.
and milk.
Yes.
Oh my God, John says, I need a hoodie that says milk first, always from Angelo Carter.
Did you just give me a new merch idea? Because I will do that.
Yes.
And I will make Dustin so upset.
You have to give it to him. Like, that's what you got to do. Don't
Oh,
even
yes,
tell
that's his
him.
Christmas present.
Don't even tell him. Make it, wrap it in a box, you know, make it all pretty, you know, with the rhinestones and all that stuff. But like, here, Dustin, Merry Christmas. He'll open it up, and then it's like, oh my God,
gosh,
it would
okay.
be such a fun segment. Like,
Next
you and
show.
Dustin, like, you're set up for this match, right? Like, whatever, you let's say open or whatever, grind, right? You're at grind, you know, like Dustin comes out first, then you come out after with this gift, right? And he has to open it in front of the fans and everything like that in the middle of the ring, and then he's got to pull it out to show everybody, you know, whether it's a late birthday present or a late
that
Christmas
would be
present.
Hilarious.
Dustin's like, you're done. I'm done with you, Tiffany. Like,
That would be,
you
I'm
can
like,
no
he would
longer
pull out
go.
his phone in the middle of the match and just go block me on Twitter. Like,
And
that
then
would be
block
hilarious.
me too. Block me, Tiffany. Block. Like, damn it. Like, I'm done with you, Tiff.
No,
Like,
Tiffany's
you're
over here
Kylan's
like,
problem now.
Now, why am I in it?
I'm dead. It will be my fault somehow. You won't get blocked, but I will. Like,
Yeah.
It's all good. All fun and all love here again. So, but yes, please feel free. Follow Angelo Carter. Don't definitely go check it out. If you see him at some shows, go say hi. Go buy some merch. All that fun
I'm
stuff.
so nice, I promise.
Yes.
I know I may not look like it because New Yorkers, we have resting bitch face, but like, I'm so nice, I promise. I'm the
Yes.
nicest person.
Yes, definitely. So, but again, thank you for coming on here, chatting with us.
Thank you
I
for
had so
having me.
much fun, you know, like, it's going to be great. So, but I'll definitely see you soon, you know. guys, I guess I might as well announce it now. Next week, I'm going to put it out tomorrow, I guess, or maybe later tonight. We'll see. But Black and Yellow's coming on next week. Much love to them. We have a little tag team action going on next Wednesday. So definitely tune in for that. So, yeah. So I'm going to wrap it up. So you guys know the drill. Stay safe. Support independent wrestling. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.